Any questions?
Rinpoche was mentioning that Prasanjikas, when they talk about conventional existence, they go with the way of the world in terms of how to do it. He mentioned that it's more complex than Svatantrika Madhyamaka. Would he say what the complexities are and they try to talk about conventional existence?
In Saprantika Madhyamika?
Yeah, what makes it more complex for them to talk about?
This is the concept of the tenju bagi ani yuzu sha jiro di jigden ba ten yuzu sha res larwa jigden ba yuzu di ran sha res larwa ta pena di rangyu ba ya yuzu sha di ta jigden ba mebe sorachi ta jigden yora sawo da ji sorachi
당제 제니 샤리
당제 cheni sha ro
지템바는 소소교 지템바 나기 야레스 젠 피기 미레스 러스 된 가사레스 러비는 다게 침니 가사디 제주젠 진실을 제주젠 주고야 말이야
어디 저기 근데 그만 랑주 빌로야 예수 샤주 쇼와 근데 지금 받은 같은 데로 예수 샤로 예수 샤주디 근데스
그래서 다제 제니
다제 cheni sha ro
다제 제니 가사십에 민tam게 맞은 거지 아니 가사체디 제니 주기야 천시치 제니 천시치 주기야
So in the South Atlantica, Prasangiga Madhyamika is very simple. So mode of existence is very simple. It's take it as how normal people posit, right? Sort of how they think. So this is just this is like just is just satisfied with whatever their statement has been met, sort of something like that. Okay. So then in the Satantika, so there is a little bit complex because so they didn't take that as just the conventional way of existing. They didn't take that as how we think, how we believe, so how we think. Okay. It means like they don't actually satisfy with how normally people think or perceive how things exist. Yeah. Then they went deeper, like they investigate. So then they said there is a person from there. There is a person exists from the objective side.
Would it be possible to give an example, like of a statement that would be, like if I said I'm going to go to the store,
Oh, okay.
Prasanjika,
Okay.
how would a Svatantrika person say the same thing?
Okay. Tapi pedo chara chirasa. Pena tenju belu le ya karisena pena ngado ngasa sebe tagarang li isimji sha yoba yusudu tagana do shabra so asura. Kada pena ranju belu le ya ani deli matsimba chi de cherwa. Tadir rangwani shatsu di kandes.
가사 제비는 아니 가사시 등시된도 제네 아니 뭐 디 도대체베 그래서 왜 도대체베 엄마를 집에나 아니 가사 이기 남바 시버티 가사를 셔리야 세실 제네 가사데다 가래 도시데 제네 다서기 시 풍부가르바 이템 제네 다 가사 가래레도 제네 니 이기 남바 시버티 가사기 세실이 셔리야
So for instance, the Sautrantika Madhyamika, there are two kinds, right? Two types of Sautrantika Madhyamika. The Dodejeba. Dodejeba, I think they translate as
오므레 이브스
Dodejeba diamond cutter. Sautrantika, yeah, Sautrantika school. Some say something like that. Sutra school. Okay. Anyways, make it general. Somebody said make it general. The Sautrantika Madhyamika. They so they as a person, take example as a person. Let me say, they just take that as the mode of existence. Okay. So then when they went deeper, and without satisfying with that, so they went deeper. So they found I, that is on one of the aggregates, found it on one of the aggregates. In the Sautrantika, like Sautrantika Madhyamika, Prasangika Madhyamika, they didn't any modify or did anything. They just take as how the things exist, like normally how people think about it.
대기별로는 나담 그런 식으로 미시지기 풍부 때는 쟤니지 네 가사를 써야지 시험이야 말이야.
So for instance,
말을 하기 풍부 때도 쟤니 딴네 가사를 쟤니지 시험이야.
so the Prasangika Madhyamika, they said just mere I is the I. Okay. So the Sautrantika Madhyamika, they said just mere eyes. They didn't take this just mere as the eye, but they went deeper and they found something from objective side on one of the aggregates. And it is mental consciousness, yes.
야다.
Okay.
나단지 라비지
Any more questions? 이제 나오잖아, 소리지.
시티. 야.
I had a question in the Svantantra school. When Moshe mentioned something about once the aggregates are resolved and then the consciousness continues along, for example, at the moment of death. What they were saying, if you could elaborate a little bit more? In the when Moshe mentioned in the Svantantrika school,
Yes.
that they had a view
Yes.
once all the aggregates of the body dissolve, and then just the subtle consciousness
Your
continues.
consciousness, yes.
So,
To next life, yes.
Yeah. I just wanted to know what was their view. If you could just elaborate a little bit.
I'll elaborate on that thing of the topic. Okay. Kapena district do pena umarang gyubilula ya ani tela ya the ship has the siji number ship as yours or number ship. Dikyawa jema dressing is your sigoro. What dikyawa jema do say delay at this dishes japanasa.
야래. 방금도 전에 시그래 봐. 시도 풍부라거든 바라버티겠다. 제 샤지 두두가. 아니 전에 온시도 수만 가두게. 미시도 좀 봤다. 주한도 수만 팀도 온시도 수리 버심 마팀. 슈슈의 이게 넘버 10이 미시라고 말해. 이 말을 또 이게 넘버 10이 이 단다 미 풍부를 때니 따버려 미 풍부를 때니 따버 풍부도 파톨 심마야 치매 돈줄을 깨서는 돈줄 풍부지를 파시고 그래 돈줄 풍부를 쉬우네 때 돈줄 풍부를 내네 그게 겨울에서야 되지 풍부지지 남시도 그것도 쓰네 신대기 남시디 단대 내려서 단대 미 풍부들 때는데 대시마데 미 대리시 시부도 미 풍부디네 미 풍부신다지 돈로이네 돈도 풍부를 실내네 대나는 쉬네 그 누구야 남시도 누구야.
So the idea is that now when we die, so then all the gross level of consciousness and the elements and everything dissolves. Eventually we left only with consciousness, okay, consciousness. So then the consciousness moves to the next life, then you kind of generate or you kind of find another I, sort of like. So here when as a human being, let's say like as a human being, so right now we impute I based on human 5 aggregates, right? So then when we die, all these aggregates dissolves, sort of like dissolves, okay, disappears. There's nothing left. When we move to the next life, let's say we're born as an animal. So then now that consciousness put it on this all this on the 5 aggregates of the animal, then we identify that as an animal. So that's why I say there's a consciousness goes one life to another life, and when it when one life to another life and carries like a different identification, sort of like when it moves on.
So when you were talking about the different objects of negation for this Svatantrika and Prasangika, there was like a very simple statement that you used to sum it up, and I know I got it wrong. So I'm just wondering if you could restate it. I wrote down that the Svatantrikas believe that the object of negation is anything which is not imputed by the mind.
Okay, that's good.
And that the Prasangika, and I wrote that which is merely not imputed by the mind. And
Merely not imputed
yeah,
by
I
the
missed
mind.
something
Okay.
there, so.
Okay. 근데 그래서 그런 지치는 권한테 인사했어. 근데 가정 문제 제가 지어라. 이 텐주보다는 주변에 가정 란주베 가정 문제 제들 로용도 마샤와들라 가정 문제 지어버렸어. 그래서 아니 텐주벨로래 가정 문제 제가 로 짠게 마샤와디 안 가정 문제 제 랍송스
말이
그래서
좀 마셔. 이 눈에 두거든.
디 가서 텐주벨 란주벨로라 로용 마셔 두용은 들어오는 건 두거든. 텐주벨로라
이 눈에 두거든. 러시아 이 눈에 두거든.
지금 두거든.
아무나 두거든.
랑원이 두거든. 근데 디 란주바디 로용이 마샤바 세디 같이 샤샤신 지거든. 랑규벨로라 로용이 마샤바 세디 같이 샤샤신
그래, 르용 마셔버티.
같이 샤샤신
마셔버티. 세네 르용 마셔버티. 랑규벨로라 르용 마셔버티 그랬는데 쇼지. 이 중에는 저것이 유스게.
무슨 샤로
이 중에는 저것이 유바였으니 이 중에는 저것이 같이 기억이야. 르용 마셔버리 이 중에는 유바티 같이 기억해.
텐주바이나 유원이 두거
이 중에는 매버 이 중에는 두가티 같이랬지. 제 라기벨로라 르용 마셔버리 이 중에는 두가티 같이지. 다티 군이네. 이 중에는 두가 야리 르용 마셔버리 이 중에는 두가티 야마레스. 라기벨이 이 중에는 두가티 같이 말이 르용 마셔버리 이 중에는 두가티 같이지. 텐규벨로라 이 중에는 두가티 같이.
So let's say according to Prasangika Madhyamika, right? Thing that is exists from the objective side would be object of negation. Okay. So in the Sautrantika case, it's not the negation. The things that the exist from the objective side is not the object of negation. So then their negation is things that is only exists from the objective side is negation, object of negation.
Okay, that makes sense. Thank you.
So there are different ways to say it. Looks like so.
Sometimes it's hard to, like in the Prasangika perspective, we say things are merely labeled, so there's nothing coming from this side of the object. But at the same time, they say Prasangikas don't refute external objects.
Okay.
So it's hard to put those together.
Okay. The beneficial is the rangible the tangible ruler. The tangible ruler, yeah. Chotamje, Ramoni do a mess, La Rosa. Ramoni do a mail, I would not done 치용 오브 예스는 켈링으로 왔어.
네.
디 간다시 아워서. 치용 오브 예와 지금 강원은 머르버 간다시 아워.
싱어버시의 명점을 때니 시작이야 됐어. 싱어버달라 수시를 명점을 때니 아니 수시이야 돼. 이 며칠 뒤에 수세도 배제주전이 피네 됐어야 말. 싱어버 예 시bat 참 친구네. 싱어버 샤버리 미시지 싱어버 배제주전이 피네 이제 전에 다도전이 시작이야 말.
So then we say, oh yes, and there's external object. There's the external object because they are just mere level. So this kind of, the position or that kind of thing is not saying like there's something, it's just like mere, there are things that there is objective, there's external things. It doesn't mean like there are, any duba, it exists from the objective side. It's not saying exists from the objective side. But they exist, externally exist because they are merely level.
싱어버시야 돼. 르옹 마샤베 최지리야 치시기야 말이.
So then when we say external object, it doesn't mean like, it doesn't mean that is not perceived by mind. It doesn't mean like not perceived by mind.
So really, it's the dependent arising aspect
That
that can allow you to say objects. Only through
that
시추세야 돼. 미기 동지급이 최지랬다. 시추세야 돼. 미시기 토양 최도스를 시추세야.
So anything you see object from your eye consciousness, all of these are external object. Yes.
Pascal, I have a question around the snake. A
Okay.
very interesting subject. Rinpoche last said, if there is a light or if there is a brightness, probably we're not going to misconstrue snake as a rope ends.
Okay.
Maybe think like it's a compounded phenomena and we're talking about causes and conditions coming together. What happens if it's an uncompounded phenomena? And
You mean the rope?
for example, it's not a rope, but it's a space.
Space,
So
okay.
uncompounded phenomena. How does the concept work?
Oh,
for
okay,
the
okay.
uncompounded?
So how do you, okay. Tapi this is what under the because of the under the because of the tabo the drill to achieve the the penetration tabajile ya pesha rawasa ta tabajile pesha tabati penetration na duje ki chue so achieve was so thing is bel ta dumaji ki chue so la jine pena namkha da buji dumaji ki chue da buji di ani dig ripati kandes jabo res
도마지기 최세야디 아니 디 도마지기 최시를 시베 르 샤바다게 친이 샤지 아니 도마지기 최세데 배유문에 파제 주제니 셔위야 말이야.
말만 그래서
네.
사실 정말 취시에 정말 사실 딜라로 하러 먼저다 로용기 가서
로용기 샵에
땀레스 라로와
유금문에 짠 매베
메스 라로와
매베 따지
남칼레야 한데스 오레스
남과티 유금문에 짠 두가 말이야. 르그 파샤브다 말이야. 유금문에 짠 두가 매베티단데 주지도 지바래. 타데 땡도 주 제가 지는 주니야 짠 매버와. 디나시 나가시아티 민점을 파샤버리 미슈지기 세니 제니 나가티레스 제니 트레스 야마리스.
So same thing. Remember, so you can apply the same analogies. Okay. So the coil, the snake imputed on this coil rope, right? But there's nothing from the objective side. Same thing, you can use the same thing, space, sort of an uncompounded phenomena like the space, right? Space. That space is just merely labeled. If you try to find it, find the space, you cannot find anything from the objective side.
다 난가티 파파파파 제스나다 샤종 난가스네 되네 파파파 제스네 라두라 그나 봄바세야디 파제니 봄바디게디 봄바세야디 뒤처럼만 붙여발랐더니 준거봐 셔드디 봄바레베 노드디 봄바레베 되네 파제니 뒤처럼 추드디르베 봄베텐도 뒤제 개유스게리 주아시 주제 뒤 중규시야레 수지로레자스 다티 주아게 디벨레테브라바 봄바디 사이 봄베텐게 사이 주아테르베 추이 주아테르베 누리 주아테르베 데리 파파파 제베나 데 니야야가 데파지네 뒤에 참참데 파파파드는 뒤에 참을 그 본바 야초야기 뒤에데 파파파제네 뒤에 참을 투부야 참을데 파트 주체서는 띠닐라도야 좀 미슈지기 뒤에 파 뒤에 딜라도야 좀 미슈지기 베거제제네 베
So the space, think about space. You see space has sides, like eastern side, northern side, and stuff, right? So which one is the space? Where is the space? Is it in the eastern side or the northern side? Then you try to look at, make it, kind of like a dissect, like in detail, so you can find that space in anywhere. Similarly, you just apply the same analogies. And similar that analogy is like we use it on a vase, sort of a vase. They said the vase is actually made out of 8 types of elements. So then you try to look into each of the elements and break it into pieces. You cannot find that vase anywhere. Similar like that, you apply to space. So you break it down, no matter how deep you go, so you cannot find the space.
단 난가스야 되다 파파파 제스는 난가티 뒤처럼 땡기 난가스 뒤처럼 땡기 난가티 파 뒤치티 제드디 뒤처럼 데 파파파 제스는 라두르바 니 뒤처럼 땡기 난가티 라두르바
뒤제도 뒤주세요. 뒤로
뒤처럼 땡기 땡도 난가야래
뒤로 So then the space, in terms of space, so it said that each particle has space, right? That's like if you take that space as a real space, so again you can cut it down, still that will be lost, you cannot find it.
Yeah. With the rope and the snake analogy, you said when the light's on, you see that it's a rope. So how does that refer to when you're looking at the eye? When you turn on the light, what is that light you turn on so that you see that there is no eye?
멜로 세븐 메두스 로 이베케지 말이
말말말디 왜 세븐 메두스 라로 와
약간지 사르베 라베르지래 타바당 주비여시 마투베 네급지레스 취야디
맞다 그런 디스 와 뒤디기 거 뒤와요 말에 그 뒤와 가서 되게 게 로 세븐 있는 아주 타바이 통으로 와서 라 딜라 되게 딜 신체 베네시샤나 나싱에디 아주 디 폼봉아이 된 거지 아니 twin because the chini mana shi nangi ores that the twin now is one that there a lot of parwaina lot of parwaina kumai but the tongora dinner shi jang also there lot of the parts the mahim but the
no the past of the very chat with it casa the very chat with that just have chat
so
Lord the tache sheriff teacher
so maybe the light is like your light is like your wisdom mind, let me say. You look, you investigate, eventually you cannot find it. It's similar like turning on light. When you turn on the light, you can see the snake.
Rangone tumna sigarta. Rangone gansa de rangone tumna. Chita gansa de taje chenela taje chen mene yang yosigere. Gansa rangone tubasana taje karasugere. Rangone tubasana taje jeva tiche. Megu yare. Chita gansa de taje jeva tiche na taje chene yo kuya mare taje chebe thale yo kuya mare gasa di yo sigere anjo gasa di phumbu diribe sidu zamba di mare sigere taje chene ku nya mere kidan gasa ku yare sigere ta rangshin ki dumsuna ani ku taje chidu yo kuya re gasa di Chita Yubari, the Taji Chip Chitu Tamba Yokuya Mare. Casa Ranguina Tusan Taji Chitu Yokuyaris.
Okay, so now there's different statements. If so in general, it's saying the person is exist, okay, but persons are not inherently exist. This is one distinguished, right? And then, if person is exists, it not necessarily you have to find it. Okay, when you go through like an investigation, you need to find it. So the finding something is not definition of existence. So like another way of saying existence through your investigation. Talking about like investigation. Okay. So then, if then the second is person is exists, but the person is not truly exist, right? Okay, now persons are not truly exist because if person is truly exist, then you need to find it. When you investigate it, you need to find it, but when you don't find it, that's why it says until truly exist. Okay.
That is. Yeah, that didn't. That didn't. Rigidly said it in my book.
No song.
Kibu Sami Chumi Mimi Yumi Nankame Namshima Quimi Nas. That Kibu said, Kibu Sene Kansal cigarette, Kansal Chidan, Kibu cigarette. Kibu said the Nindin Genesis to one in the button. That the Manazo loaded in the Marbichis, even that in the button. Kibu said, Undu Kibusum Sigare, Kibusum said the Nubachitung Koneshavre. Kibu Chunu said the Loy Nubachun Chunachi. Kibu Dream said the Loy Nubati Tile Choti. Kibu Chimpus and Loy Nubati Chimbuchi. When I learned about the Kibu Chimpus said the Rang Shendu Krutu Chetuyaris Loin Bachari. Kibu Chimpus said the Randu Yavarto Shendu Krutu Lembachi Chier. Shendu Krutu Kenube Kansachi Kibu Chimpus Yerba. 기부 드링스야디 란드 셴두 코트 켄누야 말이야. 기부 드링스야디. 이니야 타버 통득 타버 톱이 지도 있어. 타버 통득이 다 가르쳐 그래. 남라 럽 뉴스 그래. 타버 통득이 샘덕지 하래. 코알레 통득. 기부 딩디 기부 중세디 라니 녀줄에 타러가 잠들 이제 지지메쇼 타버 저이게 삼바 좀 많이 받지 게투야 말에 또 그것도 샘바디 로드로드디 춘주지가 제산 기부서야 되지라 년대에서야 기부서야 단 몇번데 단지 기부 충디 치수세 주가 어디에 르뉴가 치주 숨래야니 기부 친구 충딩스제 숨샤버리 기부서야 돼.
And the page number 98, it's in the middle. It says, Nagarjuna's precious garland. Okay? A being is not earth, water, and so on. A being. Yes, a being means a person, or in Tibetan, sometimes a being, a person, or gebu. Gebu means nudin. Nudin means someone who has power. Okay? Nuba means power. Someone who has power. Sometimes this is the energy. Someone who has energy, right? And someone who has, or it could be like someone who has potential. Okay, different potentials. So then, nudin, power, and so on. So we call a person or being as someone who has energy, power, and so on. We said that because, for instance, if you look at three different practitioners, three levels of different practitioners, the lesser, sometimes we call it the lesser vehicle, and the medium, intermediate vehicle, a person, or middle scope, something like that, and then the advanced, the highest, the advanced, the practitioner or scope, right? So how we actually determine, how we actually make a distinguish which one is higher and which one is middling, which one is lesser. So it depends on like the power of their mind. So because of the power or the energy of their mind actually determines how these people are, how these practitioners are higher or intermediate or lesser. So the most advanced practitioner or the most powerful, a person who has power, that is the most powerful sort of like, the one is someone who is willing to take the sentient beings' responsibility. So thinking of helping to sentient beings, entire sentient beings, and willing to and will take the responsibility of the entire sentient beings. Because of that power, that kind of energy, so then we call these are higher beings, or the most advanced practitioner, or the beings, person, Gibu. In Tibetan we use Gibu, Gibu Chembo. Gibu Chembo means great being, so right, great being. And the lesser one, like the intermediate. Intermediate is not willing to take that kind of responsibility, to take responsibility of entire sentient beings. Right? But they are willing to get liberation for themselves because of all these reasons, right? Themselves. So that's why we call their mental attitude or their power of mental is lesser than the previous one. There's, not have that kind of strong kind of power, sort of like Gibu, again, Gibu Ding, we call Gibu Ding, someone who has intermediate kind of power of mind or something like that. So then the lesser one, someone who is just wanted to get higher rebirth in the future lives, sort of like their mind is lesser power, has like less power, because they just their wish or their attainment is just to get free from lower realms. That's why we can call the being, or or in Tibetan Kebu, could be like a Nudin. Nudin is someone who has power, the mind power, so the mind power or the mind energy.
야, 다디네. 다디 기부세야 다디 세수나. 다 기부 삼이 디디. 기부 삼이 추미 미미 눈미 나가미 남시미 그이마 다디 간사기 때 시시게 감도 붙들라. 간사기 때 시시야디 시시야디 간사디 딜레테니 샤고베였으니 딜레테니 샤고베게 땡시 땡서딜레 덕시시기 되네 덕시시야디 근데 다 간사기 덕시시야디 단두스나 두수나 간사기 덕시시게 풍부나부디 간사기 덕시시게 간사디 샤인도 풍부나라 때니 샤고레 에시제베 덕시시게라 따단데디 이게디 감두부디 아니 기부그 덕시디 이제 기부그 덕시디 아니 감두야리 기부그 덕시 감두 나르제요나 감두브레레 기부 말이세 가사 말이세 아니 디 감두부 속잠디에 가사 말이지 다시 될 때는 샤버리디 다시 될레레네 가 기부 말이 다시 디게 진도 기부 제가 치나 다시 디게 레레네 기부 말이 아니 감두 속잠디에 기부 말이스 다디 티셔서마 기부 기부 삼이치메메미 꾸이메나시아디 감주 초점디 기부리 베세네 디에 말이죠. 다들 사감디에 기부 말이 가사 말이 주감디에 말이 남시기 감디에 말이 쓰제 레레디에 기부 말이제 아니 꾸이메나시아디 오늘 감주 초바디 기부리 베세네 디에 말이 꾸이메나시 오늘 딜레 신베 감 주부 딜레 신 된신베 아니 기부 지알베스네 디에 미야 말이지 딜레 신 means 딜레 신나 기부 강스 딜레 신도 감 주부 딜레 된신베 기부 지알베스 디에 미야 말이지
So then quotations goes on, being is not earth, water, fire, wind, space, not consciousness, and not all of them. What being is there other than this? Right? So that so normally when we impute or designate as a person, so we impute based on these 6 elements. Yeah? So then based on these 6 elements, we impute the person. So then now it says this the quotation saying, so then the person is not earth, water, and single out like all this, not each of them, right? And even not consciousness. And then maybe this is not individually, but it could be, a person could be something that's all together, and he has not all of them. But even though collection of that 6 elements is not a person. So then if collection, one of them, each of them is not a person, and the collection of that is not person, so that means like a person is something, could be something else than all this from the 6 elements, but that is not the case. This says what being is other. The being is not actually other than all of each of these 6 elements, or the collection of the 6 elements.
다디니 시에서만 식탐에스 감레데 타데바 간사도 조바 까고 시두가 딜레신 기부 강세디 감두부 식탐에 감레 모 타데베스 감두부 딜레 모 타데베 간사디 샤브 간사이오 디까 버레스체
So then page number 98, I don't know. Anyway, so it says, what person is other than this in the paragraph, last paragraph, I mean the last paragraph here, not last paragraph, so at the end of the paragraph, right after this quotation, right? It says, what person is there other than this? Okay, so that actually refutes positing something that is different entity from the consciousness constituents as a person. So it's also a collection of all these things, right? Unity, entity or entity from the constituents as a person. Okay? Yes.
대단한 가사 캐 메nem바 메라스 어느 가사 신인팀 캐 메nem바를 배웠으니 캐 메nem바 말 가사 야래 제베레 이게 가사 메는다 가사디 감 중부레네 가사 말이 초바디에 말이 딜레신베 가사 딜레 타데베 타데베 가사지 야르베스 디에 야마레 슬르라 어느 아니 대단한 가사 캐 메nem바 메라스 어느 가사 메베르베스니 가사 메 말이 가사 야래 제베레
So then continues, nevertheless, it is not that person is not assert to exist, right? So then you may say like the person is not each of these, and the collection of these, and not other than this. So then it actually maybe that means there's no person. You say, but that is not the case. There is a person.
that's it. And that 남심이 우마랑기가 남시디 되버와 이때 남심이나 남심이 스텔 럭스카사스나 다티네 야한디네 디티가레 군시 남시 소장 가소도 시바양 멤베스 다 디 내주주베 오마바탄 셈잠바비 가사디 군시 남시디 가사를 켜는 게 다음에 가사 디 군시남시들이 배웠는데 디야 말이 됐다.
So then continues, okay. So then he says, also a mind basis of all, right, and so forth are not assert as the person. So but in Satantika Madhyamika, okay. Satantika Madhyamika, they said a consciousness is a person, right? And the one type of Satantika Madhyamika school is called a Sutra Satantika Madhyamika, right? No, not autonomous. Sutra follower of the Satantika Madhyamika. Okay. So this school and mind-only school, they believe this kind of thing. Here, what is this? Okay, a mind basis of all. That is a person, according to them.
I think that's the Yogacara Svatantrika.
Yogacara? Let me see. Ninjutsu. Oh yeah, you're right. Yogacara, yes. I written down here and that's saying something else. Okay, Yogacara, yes. Yogacara. Ninjutsu, yes, sorry. 내주지올라 도대지올라 드시는 라야 내지마
됐지. 위신 남시 소 가사도 해봐야 민배. 대바제베 저와 다른 파베 양 시도 대바들라. 리버트 주베 대바라 소가도 쓰게. 다 대바제베다 반대 다와잡아. 다 반대 자식 대바들라. 반대 다와잡아기 제바야라바. 엄마 주바티 자와시르빈 제바리. 자와시르빈 제바들라. 네, 전기 제바스 지기야리. 치기 제바스. 치세세야 치기 제바리. 디 로빈 다와잡아 수미리. 엄마 주바티 아니 자식이 제바인 제바. 전제인 제바. 전 수어디 제바. 다 제바 제베 아니 귀신남시라 수가도수 가사가 정신 미시바 나시 그냥 파베시 파바양디 파바양디리스 대바 대베 저와 딸을 파바양 시도스
So then text continues. Therefore, in accordance with the commentary by the commentator Chandrakirti, right? Chandrakirti. Superior. Okay, hold on. So, okay, not assert as a person. Therefore, and goes on, right? Okay, then the last says superiors are also asserts. So the zashe. Zashe is root, the Madhyamika Alankara, right? What's the name of the Zashe? Anyway, so so there are many commentaries. Some commentaries just word commentary and the meaning commentaries, right? And the sixth cell, the word, the clear word is the word commentary by Chandrakirti, and the Dwendel is like a meaning commentary. Is Omajuba entering to the middle way. Okay, this is meaning commentary on Zashe. Zashe is the root text of this Madhyamika. Okay, so anyway, so they're all of these, and including superior. Superior is a reference to the Nagarjuna. Okay, Nagarjuna. All they are said that way.
다디네 간사 또베 셔루 데다르 셴나 최신 탐제경 또베 셔루 데단 라디스 서아이 간사 또베 셔루 데단데 에이 간사데 또베 샤우탐 레미슈지 이기메네 타니야 마리 카메레데네 마리 초바데 마리 데레 셴바지 제네 Yeah, Mare, the Nipishi Mare, that you get the Mare Slabai. That you can make this year into Casa, you can win a neighbor. Topogay, Topogay Shadam, the Casa D, but the Kangalo Casa Tope Telju Din, she should Tamja Tope Telju, Casa Tope Telju, and Tower is.
So then text goes on. When the mood of positing person through conceptualities, right? Conceptuality is understood in this way. So in this way means it refers to the quotation from the Precious Garland. It says the person is not water and not fire and so on, right? So then that actually indicates this person is not exists from the objective side, just merely perception or merely level. Yeah, said that. If you understood that in that way, the mood of the positing all the phenomena through conceptually is also similar to that. Then you will be able to understand how other objects is being merely imputed.
That thing in the cable is. Chandrakirti Tagi Dishini Sheba Dishi, Guna Lujarja. Gansa di Ane Tope Jajuti Sheba Dina Shinjani. Che Tamjele Dus Jaguris, Jajuti Sheba Jaseti. Chandrakirti Tagi Dishini Sheba Dishi, Guna Lujarjas. What did the thing in the cable Sunduga?
Then also the King of Meditative Stabilization Sutra says, just as you have known the discrimination of self, knowing that in self, and apply this understanding, apply this mentally to all phenomena.
Tadi nangale chave ina tanji nangatila chita mambuiba chita tusul kebe nangachi chiyarba nangachi ti 아니 다주 제가 지는 난게 제가 두수 차셰 두수 때문에 차셰 될 때는 난가 지디 샤버를 봐 지디 샤버에디 난가 지디 아니 제가 지는 차셰 두수 때도 난가 지디 샤 난가 때도 야르베스나 야 말이 shagi nangati nangachi di kasa nangi shagi nangati nangachi di rivesana mari nangachi di nanga yujali khyabdengi di ayi shagi nangati shala chi khyaburi mishu lola khyaburi marba nangachi di shala khyab lola khyab 참시 초시 참시 개가리 켜봐이 다디 아니 지 나가디 차셰디 그베 샤기 나가디 지 나가디 말이 누기 나가디 지 나가디 말이 차 지당에 나가디 이주면에 두바이나 아니 차셰디 된도 제니 니규 디니야 자니야 말이스 이 메단가르스는 샤기 나가디니 나가치티 말이 노기 나가디 나가치티 말이스 나가치디 나가세비 지 나가치야바 아니 제니야 메 지 나가디
So then let's apply this logic on space, right? So let's say space is actually a general space, which means like general space. So general space is made out of different types of space. So for instance, there is the eastern side of the space, northern side of the space, western side of the space. So all of this collection of this space we have like a general space, right? So then let's say, so if the space, okay, general space of the space is truly exists, so that space should be somewhere on one of those directions, like it could be on the eastern side, on the eastern, or the western, and so on. So this is not the case. This is not that, because if it is the case, if let's say that this space is on eastern side of the space, exists in the space side of the space, so then the northern side of the space is not this eastern side of the space. So but the northern side of the space is space, right? Space, the general space. But if you say the general space is on the northern side, the eastern side, then you need to say the northern side of the space is on the eastern side of the space. Okay?
lola chashetile dawa chungi yare shagu sumge tuju yare lo te jaga chine dawa chungi ta shagu sumge tuju na te jaga chine dawa tambu ti lo rebesine mari niba to lo rebesine mari niba ti lo yimbe ni kuya mari tambu ti ni kuya mari shagu sumge tuju te shagu tambu ti lori besen niya minduga ta lote yi chungune tuba mari lo se mingi tazam chili shabari mishu chigi ko yi chungune lote yi chungune tuba ina ni kogi chashe shamba sungya tuju ta lo jin dawa chungi ritetu zani ni kyu ti minduga as.
So now let's use it on the time, right? So let's say a year. Let's say a year. So then how we actually impute or see year, sort of like. So that means like it's a collection of 12 months, right? And there are 365 days in it. So all the collection of all these 12 months or the 360 days, so then we call it a year, right? So then where is the year? Is that years on one of these 12 months or not? Then you can say that it's somewhere in like one of this month, right? And also it's not on each of the day. So then you can find it so-called it's called a year, right? So you can find that idea, sort of like that idea. So then how they actually come into exist, how we actually define them. So this is just, we call it, we name it, sort of, and in other words, they just merely level.
That's yes, that's the Kansa di Danda, the Kansa di Shepherd, Kansa di lo yi ji gwene matuba tobe ta zang yinba na shi ani chue tamje jang ani dishin du kun la charase ding di ke do le sung sung na xie da pa ba du ba le da jin da wa den da sim je tam je xie sim je tam je jin da wa den da chue gun xie xie sung da je sa ne diga di da di rangone ma tu ba to be ta de ni ba na xin je ne da tu kang ge chu gun le charase de je.
So then in the King of Meditative Stabilization Sutra says, just as you have known the discrimination of self, apply the mentally to all phenomena. This is how we apply them. And also in the sutra, the superior sutra of the condensed perfection of wisdom says, understand all the sentient beings as like the self. Okay, self. First, we need to find how self is the when, how they mode of existence, so forth, or so on. So then after that, understand all phenomena as like the sentient beings or self, sentient beings. Do you apply, you move the logic or apply this logic on all the other sentient, the phenomena? 비쇼 네 기부 사님 주민 저 아주 자도 중니 내가 강바 당고 들어게 자도 중니 가서 또 보죠 식탐 기부 사님 주민
다디 다디네 다디 근데 기부 감주 뒤에 체르스 양담이 기부디 감주 뒤에 때니 딱 샤버레스 샤버에서는 야다버 랑원에 두고 말이지 때니 샤버바 기부디 감주를 다시 감주를 때니 샤바이 때니 따버레 때니 따버에서 땡지레스 땡지에서 니 야다버 두고 말이스
기부 감주 두배 치스
근데 체르스 양다마인
지단다 디 가서 렌션 태워를 들어 렌션 태워를
예예
그래서 스텝
이게 들럽차래 파바 뒤가 들럽차래
딜랍사고
다들 렌지 태워래 장스 기부 감주 뒤비 체르스 양다마인 지다와스 기부디 아니 양다가 좀 말이 있어요. 랑근이 좀 말이 있어. nen다 가르레스는 감주 뒤발에 때는 샤바리.
So then also, and
다 양다가 주스나 가나야 마트베치 두고 그래. 땡디만 인고 그래. 그래서 기부디 땡제리. 감주 뒤발에 때는 샤바리. 기부 감주 뒤비치를 양다마이 너한테 지다스
Okay, so also Nagarjuna Precious Garland clearly says, just as person is not establishes its own reality because of being only imputed in the dependence upon and aggregates of the six constituents. So anyway, so in Tibetan it's like a flip over. It says because of because of being is imputed based on five aggregates. Because of that, right? Because of that, then we can say persons are not truly exist because they just appears dependently.
다티네 지다와스 제 대시 감내리리 다 감내리 디야 아니 랑은 주고 말이스 기부디 랑은 주고 말이스 야다고 말이 감주 두벌 때문에 샤바리 집을 대시 감내리 디야 rangune dubare besene di mares rarang chashe dubale teni shabares di shi kamni rere kyang duichere yanda mese di kam rere di me kam chu kam de me kam di rang chashe duma dubale teni shabare jesa me kam di rangune duba mares yanda basene rangune duba mares.
So then it says also the person is not true, not truly exist because they are imputed based on the aggregates, right? Aggregates. So this is the reason because they are imputed on aggregates or depends on aggregates. In other words, it depends on aggregates. So that's why they are not true. They are not truly exist. And also, so each of the constituents also is not established as its own reality because of being imputed and dependent upon an aggregate. Again, each of these are not the person because this is just imputed on, each of these aggregates.
Kamba sumba tang shibe dweni chada chaje meba mesibes ani kam tubure rile chada chaje meba mesibere chada chaje yuba yesani chatu maya reski zatende di kamba sumba tang shibe dweni chada sumba tang shibe dweni karesina tubodong kam tubure chese yanda mayis 디신 감내를 장 뒤리체를 양다 민세들이 감바 숨바디 디신 감내 레장세디 감바 숨바디제 뒤리체를 양다 니도 민세디 감바 시바들이 어디게 가르친 거에서는 니 감래를 이내 차다 차지 미세 랑게 차시 미시바 말이지 시바에서 아니 랑기 차시 들렸더니 샤기야리 저때 되니 차다 차지 매번 메시베 카메라에 양을 랑기 차시 차도만 두발했더니 따바리스 따바 차도만 두발했더니 따바이스다 덴디리 도르바 아니 야다도디 랑기 루트바네스 야다바세데 고레 야다바세데 랑 무르투발레 시기 투바 야다도디 랑 무르투바 미노스 어다디리.
So anyway, this is actually a clarification for the statement that made in clear the precious garland clear. So okay, so read from the meaning of the third and the fourth line is because there's no occurrence of a phenomenon divided of parts. Okay, so then the talking parts and parts and a whole. So then the whole thing together is not the person, and each of this is not person, and person is not actually other than whole or the parts, right? It goes like this. So then therefore it's not established. It's not reality. Is used to say it's not established. Anyway, so in Tibetan you use yangda few times here, yangda. Yangda refers to reality, okay, truly, sort of like real, the truly existing reality. This is more to do with, I think, Tibetan language.
됐잖다. 감 레데 맨감디 아니 사감디 뒤지게 뒤럽지래 사감 아니 다음에 처럽 뒤지게 집을 다음에 아니 뒤처럽도 뒤지게 게 뒤버리죠 다음에 처럽 자디 샤기는 자디 샤는 뒤지 그 뒤버리 근데 다 드라마인들이 공부라서부터 수강가 디네무 공부 땡기 두젠도 수강가 라랑이 차시스 라랑이 초반에 뒤제 사이 뒤야래 메 뒤야래 농구 뒤야래 강 얘네들이 제 뒤야리, 지 뒤야리. 아니, 얘네들이 어디 일상 두수각으로 랑이 차셔 주기에 두제만 부야리. 두수야 초벌을 때니 그 사이 중앙디 사이 감지 주기려봐. 매 감지 랑그 초반에 입에 두제만 부 뒤벌을 때니 주거리. 아니 감레리 강걸로 랑그 초반에 입에 두제 만부야려봐. 두수 뒤벌을 때니 다샤 따버려봐. 어디 인산도 뒤지르스.
So here it says collection, right? Collection, that means all the things are collection of 8 types of elements except the sound. Sound has 9 types of elements. Okay, so the elements are, for instance, fire, water, and earth, and so on. Okay, so on. So then so all of the things are actual collection of based on these parts and particles. So we impute an object on it. So then these are the elements that we use as a basis for our imputations. So then so they are normal. There are 8 of them.
어디 카메라에 뒤봤더니 답이쳐. 연다바티 랑금을 주가 메노 대야 차셰 뒤발라 때네 따바이나 차셰당 차제디 디시르 조도 메로에스 차제당 차제디 차다 차진 뒤발라 때네 샤바이선 차당 차제디 디시르 차다 차제디 Bene kansa di kamtu dubala tene shabarwa. Di shaba yensani kamtu buti kansa tu shatu mari chebarwa. Dina shi chada chajin di dige dubala tene shaba yensani dubala tene shaba di duji ki chada chajin di she di mari chebarwa. Then come to the then Shaba come to Burine Casara, Remasuna. In I see then come ready but the Chata Chaji to Matuvala then Shabares. The Shaba Yesani Chata Chaji to Mati Duval then Shabe come to the Yamari. 뒤지기 큰 차대 차진도 수여와 감다. 감 내감디 조지기 차대 차진 단에 딱 써야지. 이 차대 차진을 딱 내감디 차대 차진디 레레디 텔레타벤 내감디를 해서는 말이 텔레 때문에 샤베 내감디 이게 레레디 때문에
So then here explains, so we should read through these lines in the passage from the text. That means we are trying to look deeper into each of these elements. So let's say like a fire, right? Fire. So then how actually fire come about? So then we said, and we need to say again, that fire is actually one of the elements of the human, the person. Okay, the basis of the person. We're taking that, we're kind of going into like a one deeper level, sort of like. So then looking at the fire, so fire, how that fire should come into about and exist. So then we need to say that fire also depends on its parts and particles. They are made. This is also made out of 8 types of particles and parts and particles. So then also depends on that. And there's a whole, and also we imputed that fires on a collection of that, on that basis on that sort of. The collection and the basis on that 8 elements. So then we can go one more different.
Then Pumbadi to Pumbe Chobana you bet to him 뒤처럼 초반에 때는 샤버가 아니 분배 초반에 이제 뒤처럼 내리는 분배도 시야는 되게 무슨 뒤샤는 되게 말했어요. 거기 분배코나 분배 초반에 이제 뒤처럼 될 때는 샤버가 이 될 때는 이 뒤발 때는 샤버였으니 이 초반에 나기 뒤디게디 차진 분배들이 일단이 샤베 분배들이 무슨 티 말이지. 어떻게 지금
And also saying something like on our vase, we impute vase on all this mass collection of the bases, right? Bases. So then if this is so we say we impute our vase on based on this the collection of these bases. So then do we and then the bases. So then take one particle of the vase on the like a small particle. So then it still we cannot say our vase is actually it is part of the vase, but we cannot say our vase is that particle is our vase.
어다 단지 차다 차진 차진디 될 때는 답에 더 답출이 있습니다. 더시다 답출이 봐. 차다 차진디 더시디 봐. 될 때는 다야디다 감대이마 카메라리디 랑기 차다 차진 비비 차지 되달 때니 샤바리 제로 디 다우치디르바 다 더시디게 레레니 다치디 마리 제베이마 다디는 신네 다우는 더시 차다 차진디 감디 마리나 다우치그 감디 마이나 디니레 못하데베 아니 감지야르베스네 디에야 말이스 디니레 못하다가양 디실 미시도 미시바오스.
So then again we should read through the passage and go deeper, like one particle, pick one particle, like sort of one element. Okay, so then they said dakshi dakshu. So dakshi means basis, basis to be imputed. Okay, the basis, and then the dakshu means imputation, object that's being imputed. Yeah, this dakshu, the two things. Okay, now so you use the particles of elements. Okay, so then the dakshi means the basis is not the dakshu or the imputation. So that the imputation is not the dakshi. It's not it's not the basis, or the basis is not the imputation.
다디네 던지 빼디 다데 띵기 답에 띵기 주의디 샤송아 다데 띵기 주의디 최등제랑은 뭐 두개 빼를 샤베인가 디 샤베리 다 샤베인사 아나 봉발라소바 남 또베 샤루디 봉발라소바 남다 답에 주인이 유미 자와 제바라 미미니소니 되는입니다. 이네 빼들 때는 답에 주의들 때는 빼샤버리. 답에 주의디 파제가 지는 답에 때도 제가 지는 주장이야 매비인가. 디나시 아니 분발라서부터 수양 랑기 덕시를 때는 샤버리. 대신에 때는 주제 초바다 주제 레레와다 디 초바를 때니 샤바르바 오늘 디게 때도 공부 파제와 치나 자니 니기네가 디제선을 랑원에 매베 빼라 다데 타바디 샤바리 타베 주지 이내야 아니 공부당 타베 주인이부터 열미에 준거 말이스 공부 야리 타베 주야 말이 자와지야 뒤에 중국 말이스. 본바디기 추조하라서베 자와지기리 답에 주디기 자와가야 지금 말이스. 워낙 그 답에 주디기 본바디 랑원에 매버 벨이 샤버라 벨이 샤버리지 남바 탐제도 자고 말해 그 랑원에 매버 벨이 샤버리 미슈지기 아니 남바 탐제도 자고 그거야 말이야 어디에서 본반남다 답의 주인이 예매다 저와 지혜버린 의미는 손이 땡민다디 딩이기 타니 예벌자 그걸 메고다 타니 지혜발라 너가 유매소 남바 탐제도 미순비 치랬어
Yes. So question number 99. Fourth paragraph. The mere factor of how a part and so forth are posited by conceptually is similar to the imputation of the rope of a rope as a snake. Okay, so we took rope as a snake as an example to show how all the phenomena are appeared to us. How do we impute on things, right? So we are taking example like only that example. So not there are many things they don't actually correlated or they don't goes kind of parallel example and the things they don't go parallel, but we are not taking whole example. Whole thing is similar like all the example is 100% or like a totally similar with the actual thing. You understand that? So they said that because however whether these two apart and so forth and a rope snake exist or do not exist are able to exist or do not exist. So the part is exist, right? It's exist. But the rope snake, well here's a rope snake is not exist. This is just mental repetition, does not exist. Okay? Delusion, not exist. And then the able and unable to perform functions, this also has a difference like functions. So the one actually performs functions, another doesn't have any functions, right? And so forth are not all similar. Okay, similar. This is because they are in all way not equivalent in terms of whether or not the designation of these two must be met. Whether or not making this designation is invalidated by conventional valid cognition anyway. So that means like so we use that analogies just to show how we impute objects. Okay, objects. Here we are not taking how they the similarity. We are not making similarity like how they function or whether they exist or not exist. We're just taking the example how we impute things from our perception.
Pumbala sobanam tobe shalu vichati zamshi ni tabala tuito tabatan rawa yinjang ta pumbala sobati tobe tazami indanji tobe shaluti pumbati tobe shaluti dam ani tabe taje juingi buti tobe shaluti chandrawajire tobe shaluti chate dam dati bel lembari tabala tutu tabatan trawa injang pumbala soba namda tabaye juingi yume long tete stande andire tobe shabate tanye megubata tanye jebala yume yume tanje chobese tobe shabate la rangi jaji tebane chida juingi jende nane sanje janda shiwalada Lobin disunji paba yapseki gelu tumu mayibas tumu mayiba o soda diri
And then they move to the next paragraph, the feasibility, okay, of an object respective functionality within the context of it being posited by the conceptual is an uncommon mode of commentary by Buddhapalita, Shantideva, and the Master Chandrakirti from among the commentary on the words and the meaning of the words of the the Father, the Superior Narjan, the Spiritual Son, Aryadeva. Anyway, so this example, the coil-like snake, is very it's a very well-known example how how things imputed, So then so it's been taken as example in many occasions.
찹산티 그랬다.
저는 요아치는데.
아.
디스치오 가서 사선 당기는
마다니.
그래서 어디 짬도 좀 같이 나와. 접선 준비스당 야 이런 지금이야 같이 예인다.
아.
갈라 접선 걸어 봐.
다들 주제 순발을 봐.
순발이죠. 순발.
다 순발이지.
시체가 된 뒤로.
야.
시체가 제신 뒤로.
응.
순체가 그렇지.
야야.
시체가. 순체가 추체가 나온 뒤로.
다디 그래버들려 좀 그런데.
어디 그래서 오메 따와 타도 뭐 가스 안돼 말때 말. 근데 상계 경다 고 시와라서 로벤 순기 파고야 세기 대로 투모와 많이 봐오. 투모가 많이 봐오.
예.
그래서 투모 많이 봐인가 보러. 저는 투모 많이 봐.
상계장제 아니 시와라 제르베 시와라 알로벤 디스네 로벤 다와자 디스운게 파파야 세세 파파 루루야 세세도 파파 루루다 데니티리
파인데 봐.
로벤 보고 서버려 로벤 아얀데 와니 버티데 파파야 세세게 네 야세기 제주 투무 많이 받이다 상계 장제 시와라제 로벤 아니 다와잡아 숨부디 투무 많이 받이리 스탄티 주디 디송기 제주디 파바야 세리다 투무 많이 받힌주비
So then the Buddhapalita, Shantideva, and his master Chandrakirti, they are actually here it says among the commentary of the word meaning Tumu Maimba. Their presentation is very unique, special, and then special. They actually presents the unique view of Nagarjuna and his son and Aryadeva.
다 우메다와 타르베 가사양 디니도 다 우메다와 타르베 가사양 디니 세티 때네 다 랑은에 메바 때네 다 때네 답에 때네 랑은에 맞추버지 어레다 랑시 메베 때네 아니 자지게 남샤스네 덴지 시티 랑시 메베 때네 줄레 때네 제부주와세야 지야르 다티 우메루 가사티 티임바레 가사티 티인 산티 라시 메베 때네 자지게 남샤 태야디 우마라주벤 멘체디기 샤투기야 말이 라신기 매스는 매구버리 라신매는 자지 태야 야말이 쓰기 라신매는 더 tengyube ranshingi mebe tene chachi ki namshachi shegi yaraba. Pati kasa yang umeluji tawa tarbi kasa ya tingi ri se di kasa di rashi mebe tene nya chaji ki namsha teba se ya di sendi se ya di rashi meba tang tobe pata tsam ji tenti nibuti jo ya di umeluji tawa tarbi bati tingi.
So in the text it says just this is also the final difficult point in the view of Madhyamika school. So this the final point or final and the final view that refers to the posting all the things are lack of intrinsic existence, okay, intrinsic existence, lack of Rangshi never, lack of intrinsic lack of self-existence, okay, lack of self-existence, and still they were able to posit the function of all things, all the phenomena, things. Means like being able to say all things are lack of the lack of self-existence, and based on that, but still a seed can produce a sprout, and then the causes can actually affect to give result and so on. So then that means like able to understand they are able to understand all the things are lack of self-existent, but the posits or the posit merely dependent arising.
Dadiri. Tawa umatinju velusi. Ume tawa tharu tupe kasa yang tingi tu se adi karere se na. Ini tadi.
Now Mrs. asking question. Okay, what is the most difficult view? I mean, like, how do you hear? It says this is the final difficult point of view. What is it?
Things like intrinsic existence.
How does it? Rashi maybe done and chajiga let have the rest.
What did you say? We didn't hear. What did you
Lack
say?
of intrinsic existence performs the functions, right?
Or Nagarjuna's father, that things are empty of true existence, but that dependent arising can still have things function.
Empty of truly existence.
But still things can still function.
Empty of
If
truly
true
existing.
dependent arising.
Empty of truly existing. Rangshi maybe do be tene and tendegi chaji theosa so see we can say Rangshi maybe empty of truly existing. Rangshi maybe empty of truly existing. Temba maybe on temba maybe tene. Temba maybe tene Rangshi to tendegi chaji.
Lama chibe na le ruba. Konde ran shi duiza meba tang. Yute tende luwa meba ni penzu gemi rosu chawa yisi. Tati loju kundu toba jingiru. Tati umbu loju gi tawa tatoba titiriba. Konde ran shi kuwa da nga sumula. Kuwa da nyangaren dewa se da ran shi utuba. Tenzu zam ya marisi. Ani mene ya chaji namsha teba tegi yarisi. Konde ran shi duiza meba ta. Yute tende luwa meba ni penzu keme rosu chawayi loju kundu toba jingi rosu. Tati ya tati di kabu inda karere esi na.
So the final view is like says in Guru devotion. It said that you did Khode Rashi do some
Marita marita. Tandati rashi mebe tene jajigi namsha teba di kasa di tiri esi labarba. Di katan di karere esi.
Ale did because the language of Lama.
Tente alila.
Okay, let's keep that himself. So I'm now asking again another question. Okay, so you said this is the final view or the most difficult view, right? The lack of intrinsic existence, but still you can perform functions, right? Okay, so why it's so difficult? Why is this the most difficult one?
Well, since beginningless time you have carriages allowed, right?
Since beginningless time.
We have made these inputs.
Okay. Because of that.
And we have committed so much, so
Okay.
you have to get clean.
Okay. Kéo nga man kasi di ba mangpasayo re, nyemo mangpasayo re. Tadi pertama sih.
Really?
Yes, yes.
Really? 네, 또뭐니 공네 자자무 서울 봐. 서울에서 뒤져야.
Yes, 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 you have to clean it by doing meditating on emptiness.
Yeah, otherwise.
Okay.
So the question is, if nothing exists from its own side, then what is the agent performing the function?
Agent. Chepabo, right? Agent, performing the agent. Okay. Thank you. See, should I'm rangun ma duba ina. Ani chepabo di suin shatu mare. Agent, and what is that one? Perform action.
Performing the function.
Okay. chepabo di suin shatu mare. Chepa chawa di kari shatu me dosa.
Tadi.
Rangun ma duba si word.
rangun에 맞추는 거야. 저런 샤드도 쓰기를 뭘로 두기 시작이야 봐. 저런 샤드도 쓰게.
So you are saying you cannot actually posit agent and the actions, or you are saying the Nagarjuna cannot posit that. Nagarjuna.
But isn't that the question though?
Yes, the question. Yes.
Isn't that the question? The objection, isn't the objection if something
Which
does not
one?
exists?
Exist. Okay.
If something doesn't exist from its own side,
Okay.
what is there that produces the effect?
What is that? That.
What is the agent? What is the
Oh, agent. So agent, you refer to cause?
cause? Yeah.
Oh, sorry. I got misunderstood. Sorry. I thought like agent as
It's an agent.
Being.
Capable. Yeah.
Anyway.
But isn't that the challenge? Isn't that-
Okay. This is what I want to tell you. Pronta. Pena session rangun rangshig madubena. Rangshig madubena. Yugi dibu kebe chawati chetu mares. 어디까지 가고 요래서.
그래디. 뭐 탐집에 라시그 죽나? 아니 줄에 데브께버디 되게 말이었어요. 라주바 멘체티기 라시기 마둠나 라시기 마둠나 줄에 데브께버디 샤투 말이제. 땡큐베 라시기 죽나? 줄에 데브께버디 되게 말이제.
So yes, this is one major differences. The Prasangika Madhyamika said, if things are truly exist, right? Truly exist, then the agent and the what was the other one? Performs, right? Functioning will be, cease. Like it cannot do that. Okay. Yes, if the things are lack of truly existence, so then action and the perform can take place. So like, and then another word, like now the another side of the was another class school. So like Saptantika and all the other schools, Saptantika Madhyamika and all the other schools says, right, if something is not truly exist, so they cannot perform functions. There's no agent and no functions. Okay, since they are truly exist. So they have function, agent and function. Yes.
My experience when I do any sort of dissolution, whether it's an arm or going through subtle elements, is then I don't have. I start grasping that when I have nothing, rather than opening up to the possibilities you're talking about. I get narrow. start looking for things. You know, I look for something to grab onto then rather than stay open. I dissolve, I think
So
there's
as a-
nothing, I get afraid, I go grabbing.
As a person, you're looking when you're looking for the person.
Looking for the candy.
Person.
If, say I dissolve my
Anything
arm,
okay.
the arm disappears,
Okay.
I see no arm, there's no functionality, I get afraid.
Oh, okay.
Rather
That's
than
why.
opening
That's why
up,
it's difficult. You're
I
saying that's why
close
this
down.
view is difficult. Okay.
Yeah, my nature is to, I don't
Okay.
want to stay open to
Okay.
this.
Tako rin so di tawa to ay kala kau kaya sa kanang nganzo le ya nganzo ro jora ta pen mi kyumo kaza tin le penes rahone dubyo mare rangshigi dubyo mare stende lo zambala ne pe thor bonge do che je a di thor ro tende chi me ba gi saw ni khai ko me ba ji lo di king zambala lo le ngam da shena da de ki yo sa an di gi de chin di tawa thak kha ko res na rel
레레다 나싱이 매도 잠바 저는 매버지지 로레 차리용 위에 봐 다디 대기베 로레다 나싱이 디야 말이디 야리 시드 잠바 다 책에 지금 고시었으리죠 이 중에는 말이지 야리스 레벨바 야리스 이 중에는 디야 말이지 야리스 두다 이 중에는 디가 인도 좀 페네츠 차야 두수 간가 가 거기야 봐 디가 인도 좀 이 수크라 간루 진술 책이야 다 근데 페네츠 이어가 차이야 되겠지 이 중에는 두 버티샤 디야 말이지. 다 그래서는 놀라는 점티 수세에 놀라는 점 때문에 피네 주의 차샤버디 피네 주의 차샤버 수디야 말이야. 피네 주의 샤버 수디는 디 랑을 주지. 가나야 맞아. 디야 말이스 이네야 로라 낭장 수지 디아리스 다데리다 안디
yes, that is right, sort of like saying, because when we try to meditate on emptiness, so let's say when we look at form. So when we investigate, so we are supposed to eliminate the truly existence of that form. So at the same time, when we go through that kind of process, we tend to eliminate the existence of the form. We do that. So then in order to avoid that kind of danger, so that kind of feeling, sort of like danger. So then so when we try to eliminate the intrinsic nature or the truly existence of the form, so you should think that so that form is not exist. That form is not exist means that my appearance, that form, the form that appears to me, which is seems like if it truly existing, that is not true. That is not exist. But there is a form, something that merely label kind of form exists out there.
다티네 디시게 페나 밀음 기타지 알아봐 밀음 기타디 아니 밀음 기타디 나또베 파타 점지리 르 샤우등 지르바 르 샤우등기 지르바 밀음 기타디 르 샤우등 디스 이니야 밀음 기타디 자와지기야래. 그래서 그래. 로레 내는 게 되겠어. 동네 깨버지도가. 매는 게 따지 통한다더니 Milam Nigasu Jitamon Igirva. Yang Milam Giser of Gina, Milam Giseti, Milam Nigasu, Devate Yerva, Kabuchi. Milam Giseti, learn now some chiriva, learn now some jigi. Devachi etri, learn now some she to net any jetuba. In the nature, learn the shelter me in young. Any Karasure, Devatia with Chavachi tuba. Karasure. Jaji Tevati did to be a Lola Nang some Tobeong Shelton Gisutigi, Jaji Jeturis, Karisina Minum Nagi, Serti, Tobe Lola Nang some trace, Lola Nang some Gine could Kawa Milakawa take to her. Said the Rasun Kawaship Gigerva. He said to them, Pana Gigerva. What is the Kawaki to do? Tope Patatam did it, cookie, Kawaki to be. Then I should soup tea. Tope Patatam, you could many young. Kusubi Javachi to race. Karjawa in the Karchi to race. The jet to the Karasine. Milam ki serta, milam ki tati, milam nengesu tunge chigi chorchi tuba. Milam ki serti, milam nengesu kawai bachi tuba, kawai bachi tuba.
So then, when we say things do exist in merely level or merely perception, so then you may think like how they can actually perform all these functions and stuff like that, right? So then you can think of like a dream. So when in the dream, when you encounter with a tiger, right? So then you feel terrified, right? Terrified, and you feel scared when seeing this tiger in your dream, right? So then that tiger is just mere perception, nothing other than that, just mere perception, right? But it has some function. It can affect your mind, so it can, it actually cause you to develop some kind of fear and so that means also a suffering. So it cause you to develop some sufferings, right? But this is just merely perception, your mental perception. And also, when you find a piece of gold in your dream, so that gives you a very joyful kind of experience. It has functions, but even though this is just merely mental perception, but it can actually function in a certain way. So it's a certain way. So then when you find a gold, when you awake from the sleeping state, so then sometimes because of that strong kind of feeling, sometimes we feel sad. Right, when we wake up from the sleeping state, so we have like a feeling of sense of like losing something because we found a gold in a dream. So then we have a sense of a feeling of like lost, sort of like. So then all things, these things, objects, these are also it function in that way. They just they exist in a just merely label. Then they are just merely perception. But they do have they can actually perform all this kind of functions, something they can affect in our mind.
Tati jesan yuji wene mene yang ani jajigi namsha tepati ta milamgi dada, milamgi sarji na, milamgi chichutu mati ti, milamgi chichutu mata, milamgi ta nibuti yuji wene merba. Neverity, Milam Gitati, me Milam Negasukan Satilia, to me take it to me give it to you. Milam Git, she's a tomati, Milam Ginevaka Satila, Kawa, the white give it to Kawa give it to you. The Jenny, Milam 제스 밀음비는 그 소리 가와 재미기 기기리 다디야 밀음세니 양 가와디 가와디야 계약이 디제 연구를 디 연구도가 저상 랑문에 맞으네 자직 능차태버데 빼도 수비 제비는 랑문에 맞으네 자직 태버데 빼도 수비 되네 투투리스.
So then, some maybe we think like by looking at this example, dream-like, in dream, tiger and gold and so on. So when we look at this example, you can tell that in order to function something, it doesn't require anything from the objective side. There's nothing from the objective side, but something, things that are not, exist from the objective side, but they still can function. They still perform all these functions in a certain way. Similar like this, the dream. So in the dream, so when we encounter with horse, only tiger, so but there's nothing from the nothing from the objective side. This is just merely imputation. So but still they can operate in a certain way, they have a function. Similar like that, in order to function something, it doesn't require something has to be from the objective side. Just still it can perform without having that quality from the objective side, but it can still perform functions.
다디 언제 하고 그러봐. 밀음 그 다디랑 뭐네 매네양. 저와 제베테 제부 저와 제베티 이만은 저 하고 그러봐. 디 이산 디니 밀음 가서 가사디랑 뭐네 매경 니 저와 제베티 디 하고 그러겠어.
So if you know that the example from dream, so then you can tell like a person is not exist from the objective side, but still it can perform different functions.
다디네.
Any
제가
questions?
다이
So what about the Buddhas? Like when there's no like sentient being left to who have connection with them.
Good time.
So I mean, what do they do? I mean,
What did
they can like function, right? When there's no sentient beings who have come.
So what they do?
Yeah, what do they do?
What they're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Zublin so the quiet the semje the tong semje never chaos na sange lega kari oresa.
산제 나가를 타야 말이지.
So the first of all, Mr. Space has no limit. Okay?
나가를 타면 변선은 심지를 타야 말이지.
So that indicates that there's no limit in sentient beings are limitless. There's no limit in sentient beings.
심지 산제 제람 가르사를 현재 지하매도 주주야 말이.
So then there's no moment or time that Buddha never performed any benefits to other sentient beings.
So there's those conditions.
This is what
There's those conditions for them to function.
condition. Oh, condition. Kunzoya, that is condition to function.
Yeah, like some people that prove them like.
Ale, then Kunzoya, that is kallo sange to the lega yoyachi the azuki semje yo semje de ta lega cheju go ro asu. Jego ro asu so
예. 나도 때는 봐 나가티 친친친 다때는 나가센 다도스민도 세야 지단 메리.
So I'm just saying, let's say if you travel one direction towards space, so like no matter how long you travel, so you will not see the end of the space. So,
제산에 다 지denk 컴나다 다음에 봐야 돼.
so that means like there's
먼저 뒤치고 말이.
a limitless world and limitless sentient beings.
어디 있었다. 아니? 야.
I should add one question following up from earlier conversation. So, if I doesn't exist in the way we proceed normally from ignorance point of view. But there is a accumulation of karma that happens. So does karma exist?
Okay. Tapi saja na, so je kasih dah, nanti kita kalau dis dah yo mares narwa dah, nanti nasi yo mares, lalu dah.
랑은 쪽에 다야 말이지. 다 다야래.
Mana nanti tar yo mares, dan nanti tar ne yo mares, nanti je yo marwas dah. Tapi ini ini dah yo marwas lah dah. Terasi me marwas lah dah.
다 랑식매.
Never was that.
다 매번
Mena,
말이지.
Mena. I mean, lady, Rangshiki took the Madures.
내 랑식만 좀 그래.
So karma is also not truly exist.
I'm confused.
내 랑식이 좁서는 내를 제부기 좀 해버려. 아니 때니 아니 내 비교를 제부 동네 준비해 그래. 래 짠짠 그때 내 랑식이 좁네 내 그런 데 근데 제부터 줘야 되지 그 말이야.
So Rabbi said, if the karma is truly exists, right, it will never change. It will never give the result. It will remain the same quality all the time. Even though if you committed negative karma, so negative karma won't give you any suffering.
Thank you.
So for my conventional experience of reality, because we can all share a conventional reality and have valid cognition, it does seem like objects have something from their own side.
That's fine, yeah.
So how is there a shared reality?
Okay. Karena saya tumo ginang sila ya 지금 공부해서 난 거와. tumo ginang sila 공부하지 낭도 sampai 코로나 삼수시는 때 배를 찍던데 여고 그래서 가서 나가서 tumo 기타서 이 공부하지 여러 와서 배를 찍매나 tumo를 통해 공부하지 여 말했어.
피결이 야래 피는 뭐네 야 말이 그냥 안주디 bomba 샤서 지야래 봐. bomba 샤서 때문에 bomba 야래. 이 bomba디 피경 뭐네 추두가 말이서 방면에 추두가 말이. 나랑도 이제 피경 뭐네 추두. 피경 뭐네 추유가 지는 게 야래. bomba디 피경 야래. 그냥 출루석이 추름을 지야래 봐. 추름을 요새 디나는 추야래. 얘네야 추디 피경 뭐네 두바리 베선 피경 뭐네 두바 말이. 로라 낭참 따래.
Pero mismo que pombaji la ta de naso wa. Miji la pombaji tumo jubi que pombaji bi shi tuli yoro wa aso wa.
야래.
Tumo jubi pombaji. 어디 라시기 두 샤스 와.
피경 뭐네 두바 말이. 주모도 다야 본거 지야래 봐. 지 아니 뭐 그런 뭐네 두바 샴 말이. 로라 낭참 본거지 야리 주모 다야. 로라 낭상 본바치 두무고 따야기 로라 낭상 본바치 야리 디 본바디 그런 거는 주샤마 말이 발로 르옹 샤바지 본바치레스.
So anyway, so the answer for that is there is a vase out there, okay, but there's no vase that is truly exist out there, okay. And then this vase, let's say like three persons looking at one vase, right? All of these are they are not truly exist vase from the objective side, okay? All of three people, the different three people you can say, and all of these are mentally imputed, okay? You know what's going on? 투몽이 잘 됐어.
야,
투몽이 지어서 빛이 여기서 열어 왔다 가서.
두무도 야리.
지금.
두무 본바 야리.
안타 샤나 딘도.
아,
샤나 딘도.
그래.
어디 디지 찹산시다 아니 짬도도 맞네.
어레 알레 찹산지 베스다. 찹산데 차수는 이때
Okay, so I think we need to do a refuge ceremony. Okay, end of this class. Yeah. So let me say, let's have a break, come back, and we will start refuge ceremony. You want to? Okay.
Yeah.
Le mare. Mille mi dusa.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay then. Okay, let's have a break and come back. Okay, we'll continue. Okay, we'll continue. Okay. Teaching.
민점 이점 메시드 뭐부터인지 수경 뭐부터 민점을 나가디에 민점을 중미 수다 칼에 중앙에는 술라서바 칼라이스 숙세디 중규르레 중규르디 중화 뒤발라티네 중화 뒤발라티네 중규세 체게 재산 중미 수다 칼라이스 디체 민점 니자 메스 민점 니자 메스디 민점 뒤에 대마이 이 미니트만 말이시게 지단 민점 뒤에 재미봐 수빈노도 민점이 나가야는 민점 데스체 디치르다 이제 민점 니자 메스디 민점 뒤에 라시 유튜버에서는 뒤에 라시 유튜브 말이 수빈노도 뒤에 라시 유튜브 말이 가래 민점 뒤치르봐 다티네 파제 민점 뒤에는 가래 라시 유튜버에서는 디야 말이 민점디야 라신이 내버리 디야 민점으로 민점디야 민점으로 지바 라신이 말 데네 초르단 유시 뒤지단 초아제 유시제 뒤지제 남버시바 남시 중화 더부 당 다시 돈에 삼바디 디치를 컴루 다음에도
Yes. So now look on page number 99 and then the verses number 99 as well from the precious garland. Because the phenomena of forms are only name, okay, and compound space too is only a name. Without the elements, how could form exist? Okay. 중화도 중규. 때는 중화도 중규 사람들. Anyway, so the 수도 중규를 알아. So the in Tibetan 중화 or 중화 means elements, and 중규 means secondary elements of like. So the forms are secondary elements. So then the okay, all the phenomena of form are only name, right? So then we say like forms are merely name, merely label, and the space are merely label, elements are merely label, everything is just merely label, right? Therefore, the even only nameness does not inherently exist. What about the name, merely label? Is this truly exist? So yes, that is also not truly exist. Okay, merely name is not truly exist. So then, same as you apply to the feeling, discrimination, composition of factors, and consciousness are to be considered as like the elements that itself, and the self. Hence, the six constituents are selfless. Everything is selfless now. Yeah.
다시 돈에 삼바디스 다 풍부가부디 라신이 메바디 다 라신이 메바나시 풍부가부디 라신이 야마레스 초단 뒤시 셰바다 나바시바다부다 다시 돈에 삼바디자디 디치를 컴루 다음에도 디치를 컴루부디에 다도 말이스 셰단
Yes. Then the feeling, discrimination, and compensational factor means that they are talking about the elements of the self. So then the self is not none of these, and also then the collection of all this is not the self.
지대 지시 다 단위 답아 마도벌 강시 유담 내길베스 지대 지시 유지 담벌 민tam이야 내바다 다 담벌 민tam이야 야마리스 단위도 민게 단위게 온게 샤던데 담벌 제베 있는 민tam이야 야마 단위도 제베 있는 최담제 민tam지스 민tam지야리스 단위도 민게 단위 좋은 게 샤다 좀 맞도받지야 내버 숨었다 민도 따뜻한 내서 최단계 다 민도 따뜻한 내버리스.
So then continues except of being a convention designated, right? What world exists fact. That is ultimately which would be is or is not. Anyway, so then that means so things there are all the things are exist nominally, okay, nominally, and that but the all the things are not truly exist, but they exist in nominally, okay, and same as the nominal thing is nominal things is not truly exist. Okay?
다 명점 세대 점점 세대 랑문에 주거든요.
So here we use Tibetan tsam. In English they use tsam means mere or just, something that's just or mere. Mere means like, merely label means they said that they are not true. Truly exist. Yes. So merely label means it's cutting off any possible existence from the objective side.
다 지대 된도 지시스 된담벌 민tam이야 내바다 다 된담배원도 쟤는 민tam이야 야마 된담배 때도 쟤는 취단이 야마르바 된담배 그게 취단 내바 인산 된담배원도 쟤는 민tam이야 내 타니도 민기 온기 샤바 잠마도 타니도 제가 있는 타니도 제가 있는 민기 온기 샤잠데 민기 온기 샤잠 마인데 취제야 말이 타니도 민기 타니 온기 샤바 잠마도 받지야 매버송 어때지.
So then that means things are 된담벌 방식이 mess. 알아?
된담벌
So
민tam지
okay. It means like
된담벌 민tam지
so 된담벌 방식이 me in Tibetan means ultimately nothing is true. 방식이 me self-existent. Ultimately nothing is self-existent. Okay, and then all the existence are nominal exist. Means some years. Okay, nominal exist.
다 되나 레바시나 최탐제 때네 샤고가 당스 디게 디시 최탐제 민탐 임바티 라부시에서나 아니 최탐제 때네 샤고바다 때네 따바다 때네 깨바 니기 랑고 내바다 최탐제 때네 샤바 인사네 랑고 좀 말이스 때네 따바 인사네 랑고 좀 말이스 때네 깨바 인사 랑고 좀 내바당스 다디에디 내바디 하고 그리스 타니지 온기 샤바 민베 라마웨 뭐 내바다 자든 rāngu ngāne yuwa thāngi yungi shāpa mīmba chikubere, tā rāngwa sīngu. Kune rāngwa tu chūpa tāna, rāngu ngāne chūpa tāna, tu chipa imbare. Chū tamja rāngu ngāne chūpa mārī sayate, rāngwa tu chūpa mārī sayate. Rāngwa tu chūpa mārī tu kare jite, tēne, kāshī chīli tēne chūparwa. Kāshī chāshīli tēne chūpari. 차샤를 때니 잡아 지면이 규견을 때니 제바 샤바 된지바 이 이상 아니 랑원에 두바세야 돼 랑원도 두바 샤바레스 랑원도 두나 아니 뒤주마이고 땡지마이고 데스 아니 최담제 땡지 인산에 랑원도 두바 말이 랑원에 두바 말이스.
So then page number 100, the beginning, maybe like number 1, but number 1. All phenomena are must be positive dependently, right? Dependently. So the if and that's because they are just dependently imputed anyway. So if in this school, sort of like Rawangituba means independently exist, sort of like. And then the Rawangituba means self-exist. Okay, these are same meaning. Okay? If something is independently exists, that means that is self-existent. Okay? So then here said that's because they are just dependently imputed and they dependently produce. They are not satisfied aware of their own entity. So then because of dependency, so then you can tell, because depending on each other, depending on other causes and conditions, so that's why we can say these are not true. These are not true because they are dependent causes and conditions. Okay?
Chö gan yubar jona yang tatu ma tse waran joba nam le parashiba. Tati chö gande chi tenju velo le chö gande chi shane tatu ma tse waran shebi ya. Ming tsam se. Toba le nang tsam chi le shabari mi shu chi ki tatu tseni shebi ya ma ri chabi. Tati rangi ba me che tiki tatu tseni shebi ya. Ming tsam ki shabati, ming tsam karasa le ongi shabati 규젠 디기 여버럽 샤투 메버 다제네 지 마샤나 아니 조미니 버지 케니 아니 라기바 멘체티 추칸데 지샤네 제니 주기야리스 제니 주기야산이다 아라 텐주별로 제니 주바티야 말이 맞아요 제비 제네 조선의 랑문의 두 랑문의 두 메단디 아니 다우드 제니 니야치 구비야레스 랑문의 두나 다 진규별로라 최단자 랑문의 모두를 가르선 다우드 제니 니야 야마리스.
So then this tradition, this school, the Prasangika Madhyamika, said that things they cannot find. So the way and the mood of the existence, the mood of the existence in the school is just merely perception, merely level. You can say merely level, merely perception. You just leave it as it is, sort of like another word. So, but they didn't actually modify or do anything, right? So in this school, it said that if you investigate and if you find something, result of your investigation, so then that will be self-existent, okay, or truly self-existent, intrinsically existent, okay, self-existent. Yeah. So then in the other school, the Satvandika Madhyamika, so they didn't keep that as the Prasangika Madhyamika. So then they investigate and they said they found something. Okay, so then they found something. So they impute or on that base. So they said that they found it something. So then this school, if they found something, there will be truly exist. So then the other school, they found something and they put something on that, so then that is not truly exist.
다 다두스야 디시거래. 분바시 민타스마. 분바시베 다 타니 타야 다두디 분바를 샤. 분바디 타니 타사디와 더시등 제니 조비야리 다우든 제니 조세디 분바시야디 민기 분바시 타니 더기여봐 타니 따서기 된 분바디 더시된도 제니 조비야리 데디 니야 말이 타니 따베 따도 잔세나 니야야 말이스 지니야 야리 따도 제니 샤기야리
Bobadi niya lang ba?
분바디 따우든들이 분바시베 민기 따가시야기 된다도 가르샤 분바샤우로 분바디 따 분바시베 민기 따우든지 분바디샤 분바디샤 인도 좀 봐. 분바시베 르 나오던 마샤베제 분바이 분베도 시된데
Mo dakshi mo koron siya.
니 제니 줘야지 그래
Manjubillo mo dakshi di siya. Mo koron siya.
그것이 분배 초반에 이게 유처럼
Tarap siya.
이제 분배에는 분배 시험도 또 아직도 수업 분배 들으시리 분배야 좀지기 뒤에 봐 뒤도 수업 분배 들으시리 뒤 초반에 때는 분배 스터디에 봐
So then the differences is again, according to the Madhyamika Prasangika. So when they look at a vase, okay, so then they said they use the vase and the basis of the vase, looking at the basis of the vase, and they impute, okay, a vase on the basis of the vase, okay. So then according to the Satantika, so they said there is something, there is something. So then they, from the objective side, for instance, the vase, if they're using the top of the vase, belly of the vase, and the bottom of the vase. So on that, so then they impute a vase on that because there's something then you project on that object.
다 분배도 가르쳐 우리 dom대시 취주기 된지는 봐 명당기 dom대시 취주기 dom대시 취주기 된지는 봐 도배 따던 게 dom대시 취주기 된지는 봐 제르바 어떻게 분배를 시작해
So then what is the vase?
이리 미셔지 분배 탄 시대도 전에 분배지 샤야 말이지
So then what is the vase here, right? So then it said that the vase is nothing else. The vase is something that holds water. It has bottom, it has top, it has belly. And this is just this calling out with that name, sort of like merely just name.
도배 따던 게 분바 세반내시 도배 따던 게 dom지시 취주 된지는 받들려 분바 시리였다
So there's like,
미셔지 신다지 딜레 신바지 전이 저기야 말봐
so then the existence of vase is not other than just merely label or merely designated, right? Designated. So then they you say like merely tote means tote. This is actually definition of a vase. It's looking at the definition of the vase. Tote means like belly, right? The belly of the vase is merely label, and then the top of the vase is merely label, and the bottom of it is merely label, something like that.
어떤 디샤가
Yes. Okay, so now we can end this class here.
다티네 단데 좀 dombashi 되게 신다디 되다 로펜 되게
Okay, so then if you need to go, you are free to go because the class is finished. And if someone's taking vows, you can stay back and take vows. They were refuge vows.
沙西不西
中学美国长，日照天心年年干巴的，三天心都没得不完。南巴心拉秋巴修，那么路人那么达拉那么尼亚达阿弥。
成就成就
仁波切马杰巴南铁格吉，亚巴两巴南巴，公内公德陪我修。
干的的
心安的本当的我马律中为，今日心话定真个所以，下边西北八度定住起。
大个经验
萨贝给我的电当中啊，不拉康贝当，给不拉就是老三茶巴伊，
天边
宁波人都是接受。